Hey guys, welcome to episode 11 of the second season at Chelsea. For the second season in a row, the suit is on for the Carabao Cup final. It's a southwest London derby this time against Fulham. They're somehow through the semi-final against Liverpool. We won't delve into that again because we've been through it a few times already. I'm going to give the team that gave us the opportunity to play this game the opportunity to start. We played the rotation side for the majority of the season to get to this point, and they've earned the right to start the final. So they will start the final. Sarr is just back from injury, still perhaps a little bit cautious to start him, but if it were a better team, I probably would throw Pulisic or Sancho in there, but because it's Fulham, I'm going to stick with Sarr. Without cheating and skipping to the end, as ever, let me know in the comment section down below what you think the final result will be. Yesterday's episode saw two big scorelines, although they didn't both go our way. If you missed last episode, do check it, because it was pretty dramatic, to be completely honest. Tammy Abraham will start for me. Hudson-Odoi, Mount, Sarr, Loftus-Cheek and Kovacic in the starting lineup for the first time in a while, actually. Chilwell, Christensen, Tomori, James and Onana in goal. Top goal scorers in this competition are Hudson-Odoi and Rodrigo. Rodrigo obviously has since taken his opportunity in the first team for the Premier League, so I'm going to give Tammy the opportunity here to start this game, and hopefully the cup final is the grandest stage yet for him to be able to try and get himself back into the first 11, although Rodrigo is still leaps and bounds ahead of him. It's the 28th of February 2021. We shall attend the press conference and see what the journalists have to ask us ahead of this Carabao Cup final. I'm going to say 3-1 Chelsea as my prediction. Please tell us if you have anything special prepared for this final. You're playing against Fulham, your rival. It's going to be a great game. We'll play our usual way, I think. I don't think there's any need to adjust our game style. I'll have a check on it, actually, and see what we did against Fulham in the league this year. Are they even in our division this year? I'm not sure. How have you prepared for the next match against your rival, Fulham? The same way as we would do for any other match. I think Fulham are in our division, aren't they? You put the game beyond doubts last time. Congratulations. Do you reckon that your rival, Fulham, is concerned at all? The lads performed admirably, and Fulham will certainly, obviously, considering the difference in stature between the two sides and the difference in quality in the playing staff, Fulham will quite rightly be considered underdogs for this game. Now, I'm pretty sure Fulham are in the Premier League. Let's have a quick check through the previous months. Yes, they are. Last time we played them, we drew by 3 goals apiece. So I think I remember that game. Didn't we go 1-0 down, 2-1 up, 3-1 up, and then they pulled it back to... No, 1-0 down to 2-1 up. They pulled it back to 2-2. We then went 3-2 up and they scored a last-minute or very late equalising goal, I think. You guys will remember better than me. Right then, it's time to head to Wembley for the third... Well, not Wembley for the third time, but it's time to go to our 4th cup final. Super Cup, defeat. Carabao Cup, defeat. Champions League, win. Carabao Cup times 2 to be determined. Fulham starting a lineup. Fabricio in goal for them. Cyrus Christie, John Egan, Alfie Mawson and Joe Bryan as the back 4. Zambo and Giesel will be sat holding with Jean-Michel Seri and Tom Kearney just in front of him, with Amrabat, Baluta and Camara up top. Very similar side to the one that played against us in the league and got that 3-3 draw, so we know they can damage us. We just have to step one step higher than we did in that league game and get the better of them on this occasion, on the biggest possible stage, the Wembley pitch. Baluta lays that nicely in front of Tom Kenny, who steps away from me well. Baluta into the middle, that'll be dealt with by Christensen, and they're putting the pressure on there as the touch was heavy. Very high pressing game early doors by Fulham. They flew at me there as the ball dropped free. Kamara to Jean-Michel Seri, good block by Tomori, falls back to Seri though. Amrabat goes for the 1-2. Amrabat with a shot. Onana with a save at his near post. That was his downfall in our usage of him at Southampton in FIFA 18. Onana was conceding goals at his near post, left, right and centre. He's made leaps and bounds as a player in real life in that time, and certainly in FIFA 2. Jean-Michel Seri finds Baluta there, and Giesel back to Seri. Baluta with the turn and fires well wide. Fulham are going all out for this. They want that cup. Reece James down the line to Sarr. He's going to keep that run going there, Reece James, and Tammy will play him in. I've got Mason Mount there with me. He scored a hat-trick against Leeds in the last episode, Mason Mount, and I'll look for him here. Oh, it's gone all the way across. The pass was meant for Mount. It found Hudson-Odoi for some reason, even though Mason Mount was just there waiting for it. It went all the way to Hudson-Odoi, who's well off, and he's missed the target as well. I mean, that's the best opportunity either side have had so far. Why it didn't go to Mason Mount there, I'm not entirely too sure. Richo will hoof this clear, and Fulham will look to build again, but Christensen has powered their header away. They're talking about Odoi, the Belgian wing-back for Fulham. He's going to be retiring. We've got no players even remotely close to that age at the club right now. We're a very, very young squad here at Chelsea. Sarr's going to keep that run going. We'll poke him in behind. It wasn't really that good a pass from Tammy Abraham. Trying to find him again, though. Sarr is not going again. Tammy can't find his way past the defenders, but he's working very hard to try and cause them all sorts of problems. Hudson-Odoi with the throw will go back to Chilwell. Work it centrally. Kovacic, Sarr's on that far side. Oh, he's kicked it straight against Jean-Michel Seri. That was poor possession play from me, and Kamara could send a man in behind, but they're going backwards here, Fulham. They don't want to rush things, they don't want to be too careful, but by being even more delayed, they nearly opened up the opportunity for me to score again. I can't seem to find my final ball at the minute. It's the one thing missing. Abraham to Mount. Through that gap, nicely finds Sarr. Will stand it up. Mount's there. No, keeper saves from his defender's interception. And flicked away. Chilwell to Kovacic. Through the gap, Mason Mount on his right foot will look to bend it. Fabricio ready and waiting to claim it. 25th minute. Quite an entertaining cup final this so far between two of, well, sides that ordinarily you wouldn't say would be that evenly matched. Here's Kamara. Option out wide was obvious. In Amrabat, Kamara was there waiting for the pass. The obvious ball has gone through Tomori's legs and almost went through the defender's legs as well. That's the best opportunity either side have had so far, for sure. Tammy on the counter. Oh, caught by Zambo and Gisa there, Mason Mount. Just delaying a little bit with the pass. I cannot believe Fulham haven't scored there. Is that a foul from Chilwell? The referee doesn't reckon so. Look at the pressure from Fulham players. They're so close. Every time I pass the ball to a man in blue, there's a white shirt really, really close. Although, by pressing so high or so hard and so close everywhere, eventually a space opens up. But so far, I haven't been able to punish them for opening up that space. Sarr, Loftus-Cheek, out his feet, and Mount with a shot. No, blocked again by a defender in close proximity to me. They are defending me out of the game here, Fulham. Expert game plan from the manager. It's working perfectly. We are the better team, we have the better players, but we haven't been able to use that quality in the right areas yet. And perhaps might find ourselves lucky not to be 1-0 down as we approach half-time. Cleared away by Ben Chilwell there, and time is ticking towards that half-time mark now. Just 90 seconds or so plus stoppage. Here's Tom Kearney. It's not got many options further forward, so has to go sideways here to Jean-Michel Seri, who's pinged a lovely ball to Baluta, who's offside. It looks like we're going to be scoreless at the break. James, there's a bit of space in there for Mason Mount. They're not quite as tight to me at the beginning of this second half. They're sitting off a little bit more. Maybe a change in tactics from Fulham. Will it be a costly change in tactics? Tammy looking to break beyond. It might well be. Tammy Abraham gives Chelsea the lead. They changed their tactical play at half-time, and immediately we reap the rewards of that. I was under so much pressure all the time in the first half. Tammy looking to work his way back into the starting lineup. Rodrigo is the top goal scorer in this competition, but that's a stunning finish. Tammy given one clear-cut opportunity, and he's taken it with a stunning strike. Chelsea 1, Fulham 0. One step closer to our second piece of silverware. Chilwell. To Hudson-Odoi. Work this well. They're still sitting off me, look, Fulham. They're sitting deeper. They're nowhere near as aggressive in their pressing play as they were in the first half. And I was able there to just sit and play in front of them. It's not like they have a lead to defend and they can afford to let me just sit and play in front of them. They need to get themselves back in this. If anything, they should have started the... Oh, it's in from Kamara. Unreal. How has that gone in then? Questions asked of the keeper. I want to have a look at a replay of that. Cross comes in. We win the initial header with Tamori. I think it hits Reece James. And Tom Kearney flicks it around the corner to Kamara. I'm not sure about that. That is a very, very FIFA goal. Fulham are level. Perhaps now they can afford to sit back and let me play in front of them because they aren't behind anymore. This is the only game in the competition that will go to extra time and penalties. I'm not sure whether we'll have to play those extra 30 minutes. It's still sitting off me, look. We've had more of the ball now in this second half. And the high pressure play still isn't back yet. Hopefully, we can take advantage of that for a second time. Mason Mount was through there, but just ran offside. Tammy fed in. Try and get that to Hudson-Odoi. And he's found well. Callum Hudson-Odoi blazes it over the bar. He won't have a better opportunity all game. That is wasteful. Kamara through there to Jean-Michel Seri, but Reece James cuts it out. Just going to get myself away from all of the Fulham men around me before I play the clearing ball. Sarr across there to Loftus-Cheek, takes it in his stride well. Mason Mount is in front of me. Tammy is so reluctant to get forward. There's so much space on this near side for Sarr. I can't get it to him, and Kenny's worked the ball well there. Chilwell caught out of position because I took control of him and dragged him that way. Baluta skipped past me, and the cross comes in. It's how they led to their first goal, but they're not going to get a second. Tammy wins that header, but it's woeful. Tammy's played that ball perfectly for the man that he was challenging with. Almost played the ball that the man that he was challenging with wanted to play had he won the header. Kamara looking for his and Fulham's second. Tackle from behind from Chilwell. It still falls 3. Tamori reacts to the ball, and we have worked it away. Dangerous times at the back for Chelsea. Dangerous times going the other way for Fulham now. Look for Mason Mount through there, and I can't find him. Hudson-Odoi has disappointed in this fixture. Loftus-Cheek will ping this looking for Ismaila Sarr, but I've underhit that. I'm going to make changes. Hudson-Odoi has not been good in this game at all. It's time for Christian Pulisic to come off the bench and have an impact. And Leon Goretzka, I'll bring him on deeper. I'll bring him on deeper for Kovacic, who's been a bit invisible in this game so far. Mason Mount will still have the opportunity to impact the game from Cam. We could rotate that round later on if we decided to bring on someone else. Kearney over the top looking for Joe Bryant. Brings it down well. Reece James gets the block in. It will go out. Substitutions can now take place. Are Fulham bringing anyone on as well? I'm not sure they are. Kamara goes off. And is that Rui Fonte coming on? I think it was. Cabano's on for them as well here on this left-hand side, although I think he came on slightly earlier on. Seri in towards the middle, but Goretzka away. Seri again. Cabano. Seri and Brian. It's me that's now having to play the high-pressure stuff. Seri. Goretzka steps in. Oh, but the ref deems that a foul. Not sure about that. Free kick for Fulham. Dangerous position. Not long left. What's Seri going to do? He's just going to loft it in. We've managed to force Cabano to go backwards there, and he can't have a shot. Alfie Mawson through to Baluta. Goal for Fulham. Are we about to lose the Carabao Cup final for the second year in a row? Very likely. Falls free to the man on the edge of the box. He's loads of space, and Reece James doesn't react to the run of Baluta in time, and he swept it home. Great connection into the bottom corner. Onana nearly gets there, and we have 2 minutes to save our treble. Reece James is just going to sprint at them here. I can't believe it. I'm absolutely gutted that they've done that. I genuinely believed in this young side that they could do it on this occasion. We'll find Mason Mount. I've got Sarr on the outside of me. Mount will go back here to Leon Goretzka. He'll let fly. It's blocked. Perhaps I shouldn't have done that. That's going to be game, I think. Tom Kearney. It is. Unbelievable. A late goal for Fulham. For the second season in a row, Chelsea lose the Carabao Cup final. What can I say? Felt like it was the right decision to give those young players and the rotated players the chance to win the cup. They earned the position, or they earned their way to the final. It would have been inexplicably harsh to then not give them the opportunity to try and win the cup. but they weren't able to follow it through. A late goal from Fulham after a goalless first half. We started the second on fire. Tammy smashing it into the back of the net, but it's going to be Egan for them to lift the Carabao Cup for Fulham. Unreal. I am devastated. The treble is gone for this season. I genuinely can't believe that's happened. Oh, the FA Cup and the Premier League looks all but assured. We just weren't good enough. Look, I had a lot of the ball, but I couldn't find a way through. In the first half, I couldn't keep hold of the ball because they were pressuring me so much. In the second half, I had a lot of the ball, but then they sat back and I couldn't find a way through. Fulham, arguably the side that perhaps shouldn't even have been in the final, get the victory. I can't. Flabbergasted.
Sorry, can we just grab a moment of your time?
You can. Would giving Kante a chance to play have helped the team win today? Do I sound fully responsible? I mean, I made the decision to play the rotation side, so I have to take the responsibility. Unfortunately for your team, Fulham managed to score the winner during the last minutes of a very tight game. What do you make of it? Unacceptable to lose like this, just unlucky. They were the better team. They weren't the better team, I didn't feel. I say I'm unlucky. I don't feel like they were the better team. They just took those chances later on in the second half. This was not the strongest moment for Chelsea. While you had a great run reaching the finals, Fulham proved a strong opponent. Will losing the Carabao final mean that you rethink stuff later down the line? Losing the final by a narrow margin, how do you feel? I don't understand this result. We're a strong team. We're a strong team. We're top of the Premier League table. We're going well in the FA Cup. I'm now even more determined to ensure we win at least one domestic cup this season. And the Premier League trophy is looking very likely to go our way. But on the back of the heavy defeat to Everton, we then go on to lose the Carabao Cup to Fulham as well. I predicted a 3-1 win for me. It's a 2-1 win for them. I'm not even sure what to say, really. Sorry, I guess, is the only word that springs to mind. Tammy Abraham's happy. I'll tell him to stay grounded. We've Colchester away in the FA Cup 5th round. Also Manchester City that month, Bournemouth, Burnley and Aston Villa. So we'll probably sim Colchester and Burnley and then play City, Bournemouth and Villa. The progression towards the FA Cup will continue next season, or next episode, but unfortunately our progression towards the Carabao Cup has come to a halt at Wembley for the 2nd season in a row. Gutting. Sorry, lads. I'll see you next time.